only do it. Man, I've been trying to do this for like 20 minutes. What if I want to do it right now? Alright, so damn, that was weird. I've been trying to get live for like 20 minutes, but I finally did it. Finally did it. Is there two? Okay. Hold on, I'm just promoting it. Alright. Alright, so we had some news at 8:30. 8:30 already passed. No, because I've been trying to get live. It was tripping for like a minute. So before we get started, we're gonna log into all the accounts. I'm gonna try with start with Definitive Funding and everything. Let's see if it works today. Let's see if this works today, cause this been tripping for Definitive Funding. Alright, it's not working. Alright, let's start with this one. So, little funded. And as you can see, everything is the same from last time. And as you can see, everything is the same as last time. Here, like I talk about in every video, the dashboard ain't accurate. It's actually 3.4 in drawdown. And since I'm not able to log in, I'm gonna just show y'all. As you can see, um, I'm almost there to hit in the max drawdown for this account right here. So I still do have it. Everything is the same. So get started. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. So it looks like we made a couple moves from the cycle of gold where we ended up flushing right here, created one, break a structure, two, three breaks a structure. Well, consider this the fourth, but we ended up flushing right here. So I'm just drawing out the cycle. And the reason why it's a flush is because the way how it broke through the MA right here, chopping around. So that's a clear flush to me. So put this in blue, it's not quite ready. GPCAD, not ready at all. But there's a nice cycle going on the higher time frame. But GBPCAD is not ready. Let's see what silver is doing. Let's see, silver, same thing like gold, same expectation. I think right here, consider this the flush, or what I would wait for price to break structure, pause in the 10 and 20 to create a setup on a lower time frame. But it's not ready right now. Your NZD. Let's see, higher time frame. Let me see what the higher time frame is telling me. Higher time frame, we're overall bullish on it, but the lower time frame is clashing with time frames. So what makes sense to me is I wouldn't be interested in this short term bearish price action because the time frames are clashing with the higher time frame. So what I would need is at least two breaks of structure, bullish breaks of structure. So we have one, pullback, another one that will confirm that it wants to go in the intended direction or is likely to go in the intended direction. And then we pause at the 10 and 20, like in this area right here. Just like out here to look for a setup on a lower time frame. It's not ready right now. Let's see what's going on over here. Same thing. There's a nice bullish cycle going on the higher time frame, but the 1 hour is clashing. So basically the same thing that I'm expecting for Euro NZD. Yeah, a lot of the markets are just not looking good. UA, same expectation. It hasn't did much from last week, but it's the same expectation. I'm assuming USD CAD, it's in the same spot, so same expectations. Let's see what's going on here. Daily time frame. Time frames are clashing because we're going bullish on the lower time frame. Meanwhile, the higher time frame, for the daily specifically, is showing us bearish price action. Hmm. Damn, I got a lot of drawings on the indicator. There we go. Let me see the higher time frame. So the daily. Okay, this is a nice cycle right here. We had not too bad. So we had this short-term bearish price action happening on the left right here, and we broke up only once. And like I told y'all in the other pairs, when you see the time frames clashing right here, what I wanted to see was price break up twice to confirm it's bullish. So we had that first break of structure. The second break of structure would happen when price basically clears this high. Once it clears that high, I'll be good to look for potential opportunities as long as it comes back down and pauses against that 10, which is that black line, or the 20, just like this, for me to look at a lower time frame confirmation entry. So I can put this all the way up here so I can like check back at it. But for right now specifically, I think I can maybe look for lower time frame entries. I'm gonna start looking for lower time entries again for my not only my challenges but my funded accounts, because I'm noticing the market condition is changing. Not for my strategy, but basically for how many trades I'm taking on my 15-minute time frame, because I'm used to taking on average 2 to 3 a week. But recently I haven't been finding trades for my funded accounts a lot. I haven't traded since like January 23rd. So I'm gonna try to adapt to the market conditions since I know how to switch time frames accordingly. So this one specifically, let's see. Uh, I'm gonna check how a 1 minute time frame may look based on a few other time frames. So first time frame I will look at for a 1 minute. So this is all fractal, basically. So like how for example, my original time frame is the 15-minute time frame for entry, and what I would do is look at a daily for like the context time frame. The 1 hour is my validation to verify before I will go on my entry time frame. But for a 1 minute, I'm gonna use 1 hour as my context time frame, right? I'll use the 6 minute as my validation. So the context time frame already looks good. 6 minute, I want to see the cycle happen. And right now there's nothing because we have a recent flush right here where it comes under the MAs. And I would just need a confirmation break of structure like that before it can pause on the 10 and 20 like that for an entry on a lower time frame, 1 minute entry. So even me trying to find a faster entry on the 1 minute, there's still a level of patience that I have to have. But it's not too much of a wait, because this one is a 6 minute time frame that I'm waiting for that break of structure. So it wouldn't take too long for that to happen. So what I'm gonna do is so I can easily recognize it, I'm gonna just put this like in purple or something. So I can be like, okay, that's something I'm I'm looking at on a lower time frame. So I can just keep it organized. Let me see if it's possible for any other lower time frame entries. No, no, your entity. But I wouldn't like this because it's even though the context time frame is bearish, I still keep in mind how what the higher time frame is doing. So something like a um maybe like a daily, weekly right there. Let's see where's going. Okay, yeah, clash in time frames. So the only one that really looks decent is this market for the lower time frames. Yep, that's the one I'm gotta wait for. It just looks like no volume is in the market. Low key right now. One thing I also do to scan other markets I use right here is called the Mentafx Sentiment Viewer. So it gives me a whole bunch of markets I can potentially look at based on what they're doing, what they're trending overall on the daily and the intraday. Let me see. So I want both of the like basically the daily and the intraday to align. Let me see if I can find a market. This is some of these stocks look good, but I can't even trade stocks. Something like this, like I wouldn't even trade this because the higher time frame is 71% bearish, but the intraday time frame is 89% bullish. So that's like a time frame clash. It's doing the opposite. So even with me looking at it, I still gotta verify what it's doing on the actual market. And is there anything that most of these are stocks? So let me see. Can I trade US 500? Yeah, there's not really much. What about for the bearish side? Ethereum, shorts, bullish. I would check AUDJPY, but last time I did, it was already like it didn't look clean on the charts. All right, so there's not nothing to do, so I'm gonna just have to wait for this 6 minute because I'm gonna be looking for 1 minute entries today. Ooh. Usually when price does the opposite of what you're expecting, it's just not to do. So it's just a waiting, boring game, especially this year. So I just realized something. Based on what price is doing in this area, I can I can tell that there's a potential entry setup happen on a different time frame. Not an actual entry, but some a different time frame that I can wait. If I don't look at time frames as a specific like just one to trade, I look at it as a way to view orders and how it comes in at a specific time of the market because that's how time frames really work. And that's why things are fractal. And what I can tell is, all right, let me show y'all this real quick. If we go back on this 1 hour, right? What does it look like on here? I mean, either way, on this 1 hour, because I can show y'all that it's pausing nicely right here on a validation time frame. Oh yeah, it wouldn't be ready either way, so I'm tripping y'all because I would still need that confirmation break if I was to do that. So there's really nothing to do. Like, so what I'm basically gonna do right now, I'm gonna set like an alert where I wanna start to look at price because I'm gonna get some work done. That's what I usually do while I'm just waiting, so I don't end up just staring at the chart because there's no point in staring at the chart when you can just stare at it all day long just for it to do the opposite of what you're expecting. So what I'm gonna do is since I want to see the clear of this high and a nice pause in the 10 and 20 before going on a 1 minute. What I can do is set an alert right at 23, this area right here. Um, where did I put it? Oh, let me move this up. So like right here, right here, because that's the only one I'm really watching. And if it never gets up there, if I never get the alert, then it was just obvious that it's not gonna clear. Because if it drops down, I'm not really interested in it. And plus, it may start looking, yeah, I wouldn't be interested in it. Yeah. Low key, if it does clear the high, my 15-minute time frame could set up too. So it just depends on what it's doing on each time frame. But I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be off the charts for a bit. The stream is still gonna be going, but I'm not gonna be over here. I'm gonna be doing all this stuff. Let me Put this back in 6 minutes. Um, One thing I'm gonna do right now, since I haven't placed in any trades in that long, y'all know that funded accounts have the inactivity rule, right? So basically, I'm gonna place a small lot size and stuff like that on all my accounts. I gotta make sure the trade copier is off too. Um, Trade copier. I'm doing it from my phone. I'm gonna place like a small lot size, small position size. For this funded account, I gotta put a stop loss, even though I'm placing it 0.01. You want something that doesn't move. I was like, does it work? Market on more USD. Anyways, alright. So I'm showing y'all that I'm placing it. Just doing it from my phone because it's easier, but just showing y'all. And I have to place a stop. Just put a random one. There we go. That was for the inactivity rule. And I gotta do the rest. Go past two. No. What's the last one? Flexify. Flexify. Let me see. Uh, there we go. Really, this thing may look a bit clean based on what I see here. Let me see. Euro USD may look clean. Let me see, what time frame is this? Yeah, based on this time frame right here, a 6 hour. Wait, what is this overall time frame? Daily time frame, we had this double break up, showing us bullish price action. If I was to take like a 1 hour entry, this would be good. We came up, we made this first break of structure, second, came down, immediately started pushing up. So if I was to place a trade, you see how it flushed down to that 50, came up, and it's rejecting off of that 10. But yeah, this looks good right here. So I'm gonna actually, let me see. Is there any, no, okay, no news later. Yeah, this looks good right here. I did not expect Euro USD to look good. I haven't traded that in a while. It's always been looking choppy. but something like that makes sense to me. I'm gonna actually get everything ready. I'm gonna connect it to the tray copier. So the only thing that I can't connect to the tray copier is the my funded FX accounts, because for some reason they just stopped working ever since they changed the name. I'm hurrying up. This looks extremely clear to me. For each buy stop. So I'm just gonna put in the calculations. Stop loss size 25.7 pips. This is your USD. I'm doing it from my phone because it's much easier, but so y'all can see it still. All right, so there we go. I got dependent orders added. Let me make sure it's on here too. There we go. Okay, it's all on here. Uh, so yeah, I got a potential setup going on here finally. Oops. Oopsies. Okay. Now on top of that, I'm gonna see how fast I can create an entry, make an entry for only one challenge as well. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna choose FXify because that's the one that's I'm deepest in drill on. So wait for that to load. I'm just also placing this for my challenge as well. Euro USD. Yes. Mm, Oh, oh, I'm tripping. Already, I didn't even notice that it already put one for my challenge. Maybe just it already did. Oh, yeah, I already had it connected to the trade copy. So I'm gonna switch this back to the live here. It made it slightly less than my original risk, so I'm gonna add a bit to it. If I can find it. Uh, yes. Alright, that was an extra. Alright, I know it was just a little bit, but all that does count. I don't need to look at that because already found something. So I can just delete that. Unless I want to trade the other ones from my challenge. My the 3F, my funded FX. I really like these type of setups, especially when you have like all these highs that can clear. This is usually the start of another trend, double break. So we're just waiting patiently to get tagged in. So what I can do, since I'm waiting for me to get my entries in, I can set some alerts. So as y'all see, I got all these set up, ready, and I'm gonna put some alerts right at the top, right at the bottom, so I can know when to cancel it. But I'm gonna still be checking it because it still has to be this nice rejection matters. Um, a candle that looks ugly, like it breaks through it, then I have to cancel it. So that I'll have to keep that in mind. So yeah, let me send these words. Uh, oh, I was like, why did it get tagged? I didn't even put the right price. How is it? No, I'm not tripping. Why is it not? Whatever. Yeah, just like that. So while this is setting up, let me just take a look at um this one. As I said, if it's setting up, okay, if it's setting up, I can take something from my challenge. While this one, you know, yeah, this is exactly how I want it to look. Into the 50 close. I mean, yeah, this wouldn't be a bad entry for a challenge. What is it called? Be something. Oh, it started with a G. Mm, actually, no, because it's starting to move more sideways, especially if it closed like that. Yeah, yeah. So in order for me to take something from my challenge in this scenario, is I wanted to probably like come out a little bit more, start rejecting as the MA start to rise to set a buy stop. Yeah, and the reason why I wouldn't want to do it right now is because it could easily consolidate based on how it's moving with the MAs. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna look at it on my phone just so I can monitor what was I looking at Euro USD just so I can monitor it like that. Hopefully I can get tagged in on this 1 hour because this looks really clean as a setup. You see how the MAs are starting to rise like that too? That's what I mean. Okay, look like I'm about to get tagged in a trade finally. Just a little bit more push. Just a little bit. This is gonna be my first actual trade since January 23rd. Tag me in. 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 Actually, let me not look at it. Price action going. Let me do that little thing it be doing. You see what I'm talking about? Let me go back to my email. I know how that be. Mm-mm. It's so crazy how like we got schemes like this that would all used to. Same thing happens when it presses close to a TP. You be like, it's going against it. Just to reverse it. I'm really doing some edits for YouTube right now. I have no camera. Also, if I do get a trade, I'm gonna explain to y'all what I'm gonna be doing for management, so it will make sense if I get to management or whatever. just editing a video. But let me give you a quick explanation on why I really like this setup. It also has to do with the fact I talk about this in my stream all the time, how price interacts with the MAs. This isn't the usual like crossovers or anything like that, because like with all we know about indicators is they always lag, right? But the thing about it is when you look at how the MAs are interacting with price, you can get an idea of what it can potentially do. So for example, you're gonna notice like in a bullish scenario, like all right, we have stage ones and stage twos, and that's basically consolidation and expansion. Consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion. That's how prices move. And what you're gonna notice with the MAs as it's moving is during the consolidation phases, right? You're gonna notice that the MAs are moving sideways. So what I do is I wait for the a bit of proof that it wants to come out of that range, and you can see it with the how the MAs are potentially expanding out. So if this does want to tag me in, basically the MAs are gonna start to extend out more with price action as it starts to trend, which will create another expansion phase. So basically, my entry is basically expecting that expansion phase until we, finally start to do that consolidation phase until we start making that move again and again. And it doesn't have to happen like that. So similarly, even though I'm expecting that based on the MAs and multi-time frame factors, and it could still do something like that, but I have rules to also cut losses, which help me. Um, it keeps me in the game for a long time. I could take a lot more losses than other people who just don't cut losses. So it looks like we're almost there if we can just push up more. And if this is not the only thing, like even though this is a 1 hour entry, and y'all used to me seeing a 15-minute entry, I told y'all price is fractal. So if we use a 6 hour for my validation for a 1 hour, you can see the same thing happening with Euro USD. We have a whole cycle. We flushed under the price and usually under a flush, which is basically when price reaches under all the MAs and stuff like that. You're gonna notice that price creates at least 4 to 5 breaks of structure before refilling down. So we had the first one, we had the second one right here, and potentially we may make a third one based on this validation. Now, if we go on a context time frame, a context time frame for a 1 hour time frame would be basically a weekly time frame. Hmm. So we have what we have here is we have the breaker structure once, twice. We broke down. We started to move back up. We could use this weekly time frame, but I was going based on this daily time frame, the more short term bullish, because this weekly time frame, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like it's more actually, yeah, this does make sense. The weekly time frame, it didn't hold up against the MAs. If this still wanted to continue short term price action, it would have held the MAs to support the orders downwards from like these points. But the fact that it just broke through like that, um, I would like it matches more with the daily time frame, what it's doing, because the daily time frame shows us clear bullish price action based on the double break confirmation I be using. Let's see what it's on doing. See, I'm just staying patient, just doing other things, because you're gonna notice that it may look like price is playing with you, but it's not. It's just doing what it does. So this can be somebody's TP and they're thinking, oh my gosh, why is price playing with me? It just needs to go up a little bit more to hit my TP. But similarly, for someone like me, I'm waiting for an entry like that. It looks like it's playing with me, but in reality, price is just doing what it's doing. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep this on. Uh, I'm gonna check what else I have to do today because I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, Yeah, I basically got everything done. I just gotta schedule.